Hi everyone. I found that the imagery chapter on adolescent and adults particularly interesting. That sparked an interest because of the amount of students that I see in the high school that come in with depression. I never thought of using imagery with them as a specific technique, but I was glad to see an actual creative activity that can be used as a means of therapy for them. It quotes that people can be taught to imagine something that makes them angry and thereby gain control over the imaging process and the feelings associated with certain symbols. So similarly, they can learn socially gratifying imagery and positive imagery procedures and use these methods to temporarily or permanently combat depressive thoughts. So to answer the next question, I see myself using this specific technique actually with a depressed high school student by having them close their eyes and imagine a specific thing or situation that makes them angry. They would talk about certain feelings that arise when that comes to mind. Similarly, I would have the student think of something positive and happy and discuss the feelings associated with it. This was the activity that they described in the book, and I really like it. But I will say my concern was a lot of times when you do work with those depressed students or anyone that's suffering from depression, they can't pinpoint what makes them angry, or they can't really pinpoint what makes them sad. So does anyone have an idea of what you would have them imagine if they were having trouble pinpointing something that made them angry or something that made them sad? What would you have them close their eyes and imagine instead of that? Or even maybe the happy side. I was just curious if anyone had some ideas for that. Going back to the journals from last week, the cluster activity that I did was very helpful in allowing me to journal or write about build-up frustrations or jumbled messiness is what it felt like that was in my head. When I got it all out on paper, it really helped me organize my thoughts that seemed jumbled up, but it really helped me organize them into categories and it just seemed to make sense when I got it all out on paper. So I would definitely use this therapeutic activity for future clients.